This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazarella, Mayor for the city. We got to move the camera up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Half my head's gone. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. Thank you, sir. And yes, we're live today as we are, well, a couple times we run into a conflict, but we're live this afternoon on this beautiful summer-like Thursday. Tomorrow will be the same, and then maybe a little cooling on Saturday, but Sunday and Monday might be rain. I don't know. I don't. This time of year, I wait. Yes, I wait. And here's a guy that never waits because he doesn't have to. Everybody opens the door. They give him the VIP treatment. Well, as they should. It's time for the Art Report.
Yes.
I hope you were golfing today.
Nice day.
I hope you were out golfing today.
No, that's another story, another time, another day. Anyway, you know, today, not just maybe half an hour ago, it was 91 degrees at Pittsburgh Airport.
Seriously?
Yes, and with a feel-like temperature, which that always drives me crazy, it was 87. Not bad at all. And today's low was 46, which was this morning.
Wow.
And how about a hats off to whoever the person is? Someone was on the bike path recently. I think it might have been yesterday or today, and they lost their bag, strap bag. And according to the report I read on Facebook, they had important papers in it and cash. They could keep the cash. I need the papers. Long story short, the entire contents was turned into the Leominster Police Department. Someone found it and brought it intact,
Wow.
and they notified the person.
That's awesome.
How about that? That's Leominster. That's Leominster. And hats off for the brush fire crews, mutual aid, everybody that helped out. That thing could have got ugly.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
That's what I worry. I see some people smoking and riding their bikes.
Yeah.
They flick a butt down. There's a lot of houses along that bike path. And now with the situation we have with the dry air, the dry weather, et cetera, they could be serious.
Yeah.
We got to be careful, folks. You're going to smoke, just make sure it's out before you toss it.
Absolutely.
You know. Other than that, things haven't changed on the roads.
No.
117, just after the church, I got passed the other day. Again, second time in about a month.
Unbelievable.
And I was doing the speed limit. And he went by me like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah.
And he cut over the railroad tracks down there after Viscaloid and banged a right. He was squealing his tires.
Yeah. You weren't going quick enough.
It's just, it's unbelievable. And every day now we're Route 2, there's something going on up there because they're coming out of Gardner, out of Westminster, out of Adams.
Everything
up. They're coming down through there doing 70, and I think they forget it's a 55 or a 50. Nothing we can do about it but pray for them. Maybe they'll learn.
Yeah. It's hard when you get in an accident doing 90. It's hard to come out of that.
Yeah, that's. I had a giggle. We were on I-190, just maybe 2 miles out of Worcester.
Yep.
And I looked at I'm watching behind me all the time and in front of me. I see a Corvette coming, and I mean, it is flying.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm surprised it didn't have a contrail behind it like a jet plane. When it went by, my car moved. And then I looked as far as I could see. I noticed the vehicle pulled over in that wide pull-off area up there, and it was a Stady.
Oh.
He saw it coming, and he just threw his lights on. You ought to see the brakes on that car. I think the rear wheels lifted off the ground.
Wow.
But he pulled them over.
Oh, it's crazy. It is makes no sense.
You know, but anyway, I think it's official and safe to say winter's over.
Winter's over. Declared
Winter's
by
over.
none other than himself, Mr. Art Bartlett, and yeah, the ice cream places are open now. Boy, it's showtime. It's
Well, I brought out my deck furniture, and I
Yeah.
bought some fertilizer.
go.
And what else did I buy? Oh, I bought a new toy,
What'd you get?
a flat-top grill.
Oh, wow.
Now our deck is going to resemble a diner. I mean, it's just like a diner,
Yeah.
the way they cook on a flat top.
Yeah, you look
And
like
it's
Tim.
got, oh, I can't wait.
Good.
I can't wait.
Enjoy it.
Now, I don't have to worry about hamburgers slipping between the grates.
Nope. And then having to try to get them out with a fork or a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it keeps
And
coming out. You got to keep poking it and try to get it out. It's like fishing.
And and from a frustrated chef standpoint, there's nothing greater to smell and look at on a flat top is a pile of home fries with peppers and onions, and then you're getting ready with the pancakes, the eggs, the bacon, and the sausage. It's all going at one time.
You're killing me.
That will be my first test.
You're killing me.
But anyway,
All right, Art.
be well.
Thank you for making me hungry. We're
Well,
yes,
it's almost that time.
it is. We have
Okay.
guests
All right.
coming up, Art, and good
Take
to
care.
talk to you. And be well. And yes, we have guests coming up, and get out and enjoy the afternoon. Boy, yeah, even at night tonight looks like it'll be nice. We had a little bit of wind earlier today, but looks like it's calming itself down. Taking a short break, and we'll be right back here at Inside Leominster, 978-534-1626. At the end of the show, we'll update you on road projects that we're doing so that you don't get stuck in a hurry and you get stuck in a detour situation. We'll be right back. Leominster, thank you. That was the 1938. Can you believe it? Huh? marathon. We didn't know they went that far back. And speaking of marathon, my next guest is Brian Downey. He was here a while ago, and we were talking about the cause and why he's running. And with me is his daughter Vicki and his wife Corrine. And I don't know, how long ago were you on the show? See, everything's yesterday to me.
It was like November, December.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
That
it
far
was.
back?
Yeah.
Because he was a star after that.
I was.
Everybody's like, hey, Brian, I saw Brian on the show. Well, anyway, you were training then.
I was, and I'm still training now. Actually, this is the last week of training.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
Monday's the
big day.
big one.
But
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How many miles are you up to now?
Well, I did over 400 so far.
Wow.
I actually had to... See, I don't really get emotional about, like, materialistic things. I don't really have an attachment to things like that, but my training sneakers, man, I've had those things since last October, put over 400 miles on them.
Wow, you're
And,
attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they went through it. Let me tell you, the streets of Leominster were very harsh to them.
Yeah, you're pounding the pavement, as they say.
Yes.
All right, Corrine's with us, and that's why you're running.
I am.
Right?
Yep.
And tell us about Corrine. You did tell us about her last time, and you talked about, well, Corrine and Vicki.
Yes.
And you talked that last time when we were here about the fact that many people gave up on her. And maybe talk a little bit about the disease she had and some of the challenges, because people found it really interesting. And the fact that, look at her. She's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, she has her, I don't know if you could see, but she has her little Wonder Woman shirt on today.
Yeah, see, Wonder.
Yeah.
Look at her beautiful hair. Look at her.
Yeah.
She's got her spring clothes on.
Yes.
Yep.
Victory is all set.
She is. She's ready to go.
So tell us more. So you're running, and Victory was born with some challenges.
Yep.
And during the process, you talked to various doctors along the way, and
Yep.
people said, you know, this doesn't look good. Maybe you ought to kind of abort the baby.
Yep.
And you said, no way, we're hanging in there.
That's
and you
right.
met a doctor that was really kind of assessed what everybody else had said, what you said, and assessed Mom,
Yep.
and said, we're going for this.
Yes. Yeah, it was a real miracle, because every hospital we went to denied us. They denied us care, they denied us entry, and it was even to the point where if they were even considering allowing us to have Victory there, you know, they would be fine with us giving birth to her there, but they wouldn't perform any life-saving intervention. And if there were any complications with her birth, all they would do was just give her comfort care.
Yeah.
Right. And look at her now.
Yeah.
Huh? She's doing well.
Yeah.
And there's always there's always setbacks. And
Definitely.
You were
Yes.
saying when I said, how's she sleeping at night? You said, well,
Yeah.
could go really good, or it could be a couple hours here and there. But
Yeah.
the reality is, all things are good after her last checkups and everything
yeah.
with the
Oh,
doctors.
yeah.
Yes. So
Great report.
You can,
you want to-
if you want to.
You're both like doctors now
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
this.
Well, I mean, when she was first born, later on, we found out she had something called pulmonary hypertension,
Right.
which is very actually, can be deadly. And if not treated, children can pass away.
Right.
And there's so many babies that are denied that. If they have trisomy 13, they are denied the surgery that they need to resolve that. But Boston Children's, another reason why he's running, is they treated that. And she no longer had it. And we went back for her 1-year appointment, and still, her heart is super strong.
Wow.
Her heart is perfect.
Incredible,
We
huh?
don't have to go back for another year.
And her cardiologist actually told us that her heart is so strong
Really?
that
She
she can start
She'll be
weaning
running
off.
the marathon with you,
Yeah,
right?
she's
You'll be
trying.
pushing her down
She's trying.
up Heartbreak Hill, right?
Yeah, she's trying. Eventually, that's my goal. My goal is to one day run with her.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that
and
would be
what
awesome,
I really,
huh?
That's what I really want.
She has to tolerate it first, though.
Yeah.
She has to train,
she'll
too.
be able to.
And what are her favorite things to do? We were talking a little while ago about some of the things that she likes to do.
Yeah.
And you said,
She loves sleeping.
yeah.
Especially when she's not supposed
Yeah,
to
that's
be.
mainly when she's not supposed to. It's not
Well,
really.
that's the thing. Her clock is a little messed
Exactly.
up. All those days in the hospital, and her
Right,
clock,
definitely.
when she should be sleeping, she's up.
She loves spending time with her daddy, watching cartoons and just playing. She
likes
loves
to throw
playing with the
things.
She likes to
toys
throw
and
things.
throw
Don't we all?
things. Yeah. I refer to her as Bam Bam from the Flintstones
Yeah.
because she'll pick up her toys and slam them down and throw them all over the place. And
But by now you must be able to communicate with her,
Yes.
so that you know what she's trying
Absolutely.
to communicate to you, whether she's
Yeah.
maybe not feeling well or aggravated.
Definitely,
like
yeah.
we all get.
She
Yeah.
has her facial expressions kind of tell it all.
she has a mad
She's-
face
yeah.
for sure. And she definitely knows how to tell us what she wants when she wants it. She knows what she wants. She knows what she doesn't want.
Right.
You know?
And you just go along with it, right? Daddy's little
pretty
girl,
much.
whatever she
Basically.
wants.
Yep.
So you're running, right?
We are. Well, I am. They're going to be watching me
We'll be
run.
watching at home.
And so you'll be running, and coming up soon. Looks like good running weather, by the way.
As long
hope
as there's
so.
no rain, I'm okay with it. And if there is rain, it better be before we start.
Yeah.
So
after.
I'll be the fourth wave, corral number 2, which means we will start our race at 11:15. And they give us a 6-hour window from the time the last person starts the race.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard because I'm going to want to take everything in. I'm going to want to stop and take pictures. And if I see
Sightseeing,
people
where
along
I'm
the
at.
way, I want to give them a
Take
nice
it-
big sweaty
Yeah,
hug.
It's
And
no hurry. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the thing. Are you going to do kind of a run, walk, run so many minutes, walk so many minutes?
No, I'm gonna try to run the whole
Just
thing.
Run the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do that. They train for that run, walk thing.
Yeah.
And,
a couple weeks ago, one of my longest training runs was 21 miles.
wow.
And I did it in about 4 hours.
Wow.
And it was at that point where I knew I was ready because I felt like I could have done the whole
Yeah,
thing then.
right.
You know, so
Good for you, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
A couple months later, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
you're ready
yeah.
to go now.
I
Yeah.
am. I cannot wait. I'm like just busting out of my skin.
And so, what's coming up next? Fundraisers.
So our church, Bread of Life in Westminster, Massachusetts, it's not a church function per se, but it's going to be in their building.
Right.
A woman in our church who held a fundraiser for us previously while Victory was still in the hospital. Her name is Christine Landry, and she will be hosting a cornhole tournament that's open to the public, all of Leominster, all of every city around. And you just pay at the door, you pay to play, and you know they're gonna have food, refreshments.
And where will the money go that they raise?
So this particular one is actually going to us to help with our
Finances.
living expenses
I bet
and
that becomes a
rent.
challenge, huh?
It does.
So that's going to be huge.
'Cause our rent is going
Yeah.
up, and neither of us are working, obviously, because we're both full-time, stay-at-home
right.
medical
Yeah.
parents.
See that? Victory, it takes two to handle you.
She does.
You're already, huh?
Just getting her in the chair. She's trying to get out of the
Yeah,
chair.
of course.
like,
Got to kind of go with her
Yeah.
as she's rocking and rolling until you can
Definitely.
get her in there,
Yeah.
right? So you
Yeah.
know her well.
She
Yes.
does not like to stay put. She does not like to stay in one place.
Yeah.
She loves to move around. She's very active.
Good, because you got that strong heart.
does.
She's got all kinds of energy.
Yeah.
She wears both of you out.
Yes.
She's got plenty left over.
Yes, that's for sure.
So coming up May 6th, Bread
Yep.
of Life, if you'd like to help out, obviously this is a neighbor-to-neighbor thing, right? When somebody needs a little help, and these aren't begging people or anything at all. They are very, humble and modest. And what's going on? You doing exercises back there, Scott? Or are you trying to tell me something? I don't know. He's back there. I don't know if he's waving to me or what he's doing. I think he's practicing for the cornhole.
There you go.
tournament.
yeah.
Yes, like that. Yep.
Scott, you practicing for the cornhole tournament?
No, my shoulder is cracking.
Oh, that's fun. I can do that. I can move my shoulder and in my neck, and it just goes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you can help out. It's $30, but you know what? If you can afford anything, that would be a big help. And how do people? Do you have a GoFund site? Do you just mail it to you? Show up at Bread of Life?
Yeah, so they can just show up at Bread of Life and they pay at the door.
Yeah.
We also have a separate link for the marathon fundraiser if people want to donate to that for
And that
Boston
goes- yeah,
Children's
Boston
Hospital.
Children's.
That's 100% tax deductible. All goes towards the hospital, and that is runningwithvictory.com. It has our story on there. It has information about the hospital on there, why I'm running, and it also has a place to donate as well. We're pretty close to $8,000.
Wow.
Our initial goal was $7,500, so we surpassed that. Our next goal is $10,000.
Wonderful.
So we're basically $2,000 away from that now.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Good job.
And
Well, we'll be rooting for you on Monday.
Yes.
And we can catch you online, right? I mean, they'll be tracking you by
Yeah.
line, right?
Yes,
Yes.
so for anybody who wants to track me as I run that day, they can download the BAA running app.
Yep.
It's obviously for Android or iPhone. And all you would have to do is click on the tracking option, and then just put my name in the search bar.
Oh,
And
it'll
then-
be on. I'll have it there plugged in. I'll be rooting for you.
Will you be at the finish line to give me a big hug?
It's possible.
There you go.
Believe it or not, even though like City Hall's closed, it's just turned so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like somebody pulled a cork out. And
I know.
Yeah.
How exciting, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like, I'm not even gonna drive in on Monday. I'm gonna have to rely on the T,
Yeah.
just because.
Get there early, right?
Yeah, get there early. And actually, there's a race on Saturday that I'm doing.
Kind of a prep.
Yeah, kind of a prep. So the Boston Athletic Association has what they call a distance medley. It's 3 races. It's the BAA 5K, the Boston Marathon, obviously, and then the BAA half marathon. And all 3 of them are sponsored by the Boston Athletic Association, so you get all 3 unicorn medals.
Wow.
So my first official race this weekend is on Saturday, and then it's the Boston Marathon.
Wow. How exciting.
I'm excited. The expo is this weekend,
Yep.
so I'm going there to get all my packet information,
Yeah.
my marathon bib.
They make it a big deal. They make it an event.
Yeah, they do. They do a great job. So
Well, victory. There'll be another victory in your family on Monday.
Yes.
yes, and everybody will be at home watching. Her brother will be there.
Yeah.
She will be there. My
How
sister-in-law
exciting.
will be
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
So they'll have a big party.
Now, sort of the question I have for Corrine. What do you say when people say, how do you do this?
Well, I mean,
I couldn't
It's
do it
hard.
without her.
It's-
Right.
I'll
Well,
tell you that.
Clearly, it looks like the
It's-
tag team and the perfect
Yeah.
partnership here. But
yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, but she's the biggest blessing, like I know that it's a hard thing, and but we didn't choose for her to have all this
Right.
challenges, but she is so worth it,
because if Victory had to pick 2 parents, it'd probably be, I mean, it's like a worldwide search. You guys are so calm about everything and patient.
Yeah.
Well, we have a strong faith, and
A strong support
that
group.
helps us through. And again, she's the biggest blessing and the biggest joy.
Yeah.
As much as she's kind of fussy right now, she's usually really happy.
She's a kid. She can be anything she wants at this point.
So,
Yeah, and the community has been such a big help.
Definitely.
We have so many great friends who have literally become like family to us.
Yeah, I bet.
The CVS in Leominster, Sabrina and Amanda are great there. The Duncans by Mr. Mike's and Cassie and her crew there. And Leominster Wash, Dry and Fold,
The Daily
Tricia
Bagel.
and her crew, the Daily Bagel, all these people have been amazing to
Well,
us.
they see what you're doing here, and they see what a difference it makes, right?
Yes. And Danielle Ray put me on the front page.
Yes,
of the
I saw
Sentinel.
that. Hey, he's big time now. Did you see that? He had like several photos and a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
thank you both for coming on, all 3 of you. And
thank you.
anything that we forgot at all?
So I just wanted to say, I forgot to mention it last time, but the really big thing about trisomy 13 is when you research it and when you look at the survival rate percentages and statistics, you'll find them to be very low because of the fact that the ones who don't survive are the ones who don't receive life-saving intervention,
right.
the ones who don't know how to ask for life-saving intervention.
right.
But if you go by the ones that do get that life-saving intervention and the ones who do go by,
Full intervention.
full intervention, the survival rates
Goes up.
are way higher.
Yeah.
And it's just because there's so many hospitals in this world that don't offer that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to change.
Right.
Because,
Well, if anybody can do it, I know you can do it.
yes.
Well, amazing. And I'm sure you've helped out so many other families going through this as well, and support
Try.
groups and support others. And thank you to everybody that supported them along
Yes,
the way.
thank you.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Let's get ready. Make sure you get plenty of pasta in you on
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Sunday
right?
night, for
Burning
sure.
that off, you come back with a 22-inch waist and you're done.
Yes. And
All
a
right.
gold medal.
And a medal, and we'll have you back on to talk about it.
I would love to.
All right, we're taking a short break, and we'll be right back here at Inside Leominster.
Really thrilled, Natalie Higgins, State Representative in Leominster. I have gotten to know Neil and Sandra. Neil is an incredible, zealous advocate for his business and all other retail operations. And I am just so proud of all of the investment you've given to our community, and so thrilled to see this succeed.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's how we
Any day we have a business, not just opening, but expanding here in Leominster is a cause for all of us to celebrate. We don't do enough for our small business owners. We always need to do more. The Abramsons are vocal in the best possible way. They want their business to be successful, and they want businesses like theirs to be able to thrive here in North Central. So we're proud to present citations from the Massachusetts legislature today, and we hope they have a place of honor here at the business for a long time to come. Thank you. You're going to do it.
So I have to tell the story because it's important. It's open bar next door. Just kidding. So I was talking to the state rep and I said, we had this big company move to town. I'm going to leave their name out of it because it really doesn't matter. But so when they first came and they met with us, they said, we're going to build this big store. You're going to love it. And we're going to get involved in the community and on and on and on and on. So I don't remember if it was Sandy or who it was, but they set up months in advance for a grand opening, a ribbon cutting like this at this particular store. It's a huge place. That's all I can say. So we get down there, it's cold like it is today, and it's actually a little colder, and there's 3 times as many people as there is here today. So we go inside, and we go like pushing the doors open because they didn't open the doors yet. We finally got inside. They didn't know like we were coming. They kind of like, what are you all doing standing in the parking lot? So they have walkie-talkie system. They call back to the manager. The manager said, I'm busy. I don't have time for this. What do they want? You know, like we were there in the Wizard of Oz. We came for our brain and our heart and nerve. And and so finally they got a guy that was running the forklift from out back. And nothing wrong with that. And he came out front and we cut the ribbon and we left. And that's that story. And that's much different than the story today because what you've both done here, Sandy and Neil and everybody that works here, is the real true story of small business and community. And they do both, and they do both well. Some of our greatest supporters are right here. And whatever it is that we do, whether it's downtown,
Here at Inside Leominster 978-534-1626. And it was my little story about this big company that came here many years ago. And they had met with me before coming. They're a retailer. And this is why you need to shop. You know, shop the little guys when you can. And so they said, oh, geez, you know, they met me in my office. Said, oh, you're going to love us here. We're great with the community. We'll do this big grand opening, and you know, when you're ready. And so we had planned, and it got canceled a number of times. So we finally put this all together, and our folks at City Hall go out and help emailing people and getting all these people, give a big welcoming to the city and a grand opening, cut the ribbon as we do, as you just saw us doing. So we get down there, and the building's not open yet, so we're literally pressing the doors open, the automatic doors. We're pressing them open. And so we get inside, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a grand opening that day at all. So somebody finally comes up and says, "Can I help you?" And of course, there's, I don't know, 80 people, 90 people, maybe 100 people everybody's excited, in the parking lot. And so we said, "Yeah, we're here for the grand opening at 8 in the morning." And they're like, "Oh, okay, let me check with the manager." And the manager's on, they call him on the walkie-talkie. Of course, you can hear his response. And he said, "I'm busy, I don't have time for that." So this went on for a good 10 minutes. Finally, they just found somebody and said, "You could just go outside with them." And so that was the warm welcome that we got. And the point is, you have local businesses, and it's those local businesses who support the Little Leagues, the Lassie Leagues, Beacon of Hope, people like Brian. You heard that story, right? And it's hard in a city our size, located where we are, not to have the big players. The big players are coming whether we want them or not. And but big players can still be little players. They can be community oriented and focused. And I remember, I had his name on top, like the first manager, Jerry Agrisi. He was the first manager at JCPenney, and he made it a point of attending all of our community meetings. They had fundraisers and coat drives, and even though they were a big player and a big business, they really had a small family kind of feel to it, and they contributed to all these different organizations in town. And so anyway, when Cuteeks had their grand opening, I was giving that story about how it's people like him. And at the end of this clip, what you didn't see is they donated over $2,000 to the heating fund. And they do many wonderful things here in the community, and we're happy for them. They have new space. They left the downtown building across upstairs from Brady's, but now they have really nice space. It's close to their other operations, so we wish them well. Caller, welcome to the show. Hello? Nobody there? Hey, Crystal's here.
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, we're busy, Crystal. I don't know what's going on, but busy.
Hannaford was quiet today.
Well, that's because it's nice out on Saturday morning. When it rains, everybody will be... We have 2 more nice days left. And after that, it's going to go back to seasonal temperatures, and they'll all be down there looking for broccoli.
And I'll tell Mark, Mark is doing good.
Mark's a good man. I like Mark. Mark gets involved. That's a perfect example of Hannaford's a big company, but Mark gets involved, and so do the people at Hannaford, and they're great supporters of Leominster and the area.
Thank you for supporting me for Employee of the Month.
That's right. Crystal had a big event down here. She was Employee of the Month. And, boy, I never seen so many people, Crystal. Crystal knows everybody that works there. She knows their name and almost every customer at this particular point. So
I'm coming to your shop tomorrow.
All right.
Tonight.
See you then.
See you then. Take
All
care.
right.
Bye.
A big 978-534-1626. Vikki Briggs is with me now. And, yeah, right, isn't it? The local support that you get.
You know what? On the way over here, I was just thinking that. I was in back of a Fraticelli oil truck.
Yes.
And they've been super...
Oh, they're amazing people.
Yeah.
And for our heating fund, and not only do they deliver oil, but they make a contribution to it themselves.
Yes.
So they're not making any money on these oil deliveries. Trust me, when we have it set up for the oil fund, the heating fund. And that's really what supports organizations like yourself. And you have a particular, is it an anniversary this year? I know it's the 30th.
30th
walk.
For the walk.
Yeah.
We're coming up on our 36th anniversary in August.
Year. Can you believe that? Huh?
Yeah.
And this year it's in memory of Phil DeCicero, who was like gung-ho, and Kathy Ricker, who were gung-ho and 100% in on Beacon of Hope.
Yep, they're very good to us.
Yeah. And so they passed in the last year, and their families knew and how important this was. And so as you're making donations or as you're walking that day, be thinking of them.
Yes, absolutely.
And all of the great supporters. It's Bernie Roy in and Denise Roy in.
Yes.
It's something about the organization and the people they meet, they go there to say, "I'll go there, help out a half hour a week or an hour, on a Friday night." Next thing you know,
30 years later, they're still here.
Yeah, they're ready for the pension, right?
Yeah.
And remember, all of these folks are volunteers. You can register because they have their 30th annual 5K walk for Hope, and that's coming up on April 30th. So I say 9 o'clock in the morning, you get to go do the walk on that Sunday. And then in the afternoon, we have the Montezuma Corral at 2.
I know, lots
so it's
going
perfect.
on. Yeah, perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. And so rain and shine, these aren't, these are toughies. These are weather resistant. They're going to be out there. And what's the story at Barrett Park? Is that different now? Is the route going to be different this year?
Well, last year was our first year, coming back from COVID, and we decided to have it at Barrett Park. Right. It was more contained. It's beautiful. It's, one of Leominster's treasures. And we had a great response. Everybody liked it, so we're having it there again.
It'd be out in the woods.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
A little water, little waterfalls.
Yeah, people can go around the pond, or they can take a trail, hike a trail.
There's plenty to go from. That's a place you can leave and end up in Princeton.
Right, but hopefully not that day.
Yeah,
we need everybody back.
Make sure you keep your phone charged, just in case you take one of those. And you can go to info@beaconofhopema.org. The first 100 walkers get a free T-shirt. How's that, everybody, huh?
Right, and we're already up to 70
so you better get going, or no free T-shirt. So if you register, if you went to the computer right now and you went to your laptop and registered right this second, you get one of those is saved for you.
Absolutely.
Now tell us a little bit about, there might be somebody that just moved to town that doesn't know what the Beacon of Hope is or does.
Yeah, so again, Beacon of Hope, we're celebrating our 36th anniversary this year, serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we serve folks age 18 and over from the surrounding towns, north central Massachusetts. And we have a Wednesday, Friday evening program where folks come, they have a meal, then they do social activities. It gives them a place to recreate and meet friends. And it also gives their caregivers a little break during the week, because that's, a 24/7.
And they have a lot of energy.
Yes.
And they're fun. Fun is the word. They don't waste a minute on anything. For them, it's about living life and having fun. And they get excited because during COVID, you set up a system like a Zoom call kind of thing. But they really need that. They've been together so long, many of them. They need that interaction, that.
Yeah, we all need that socialization.
Sure. Yeah. And they maybe not see each other for 4 or 5 days or a week, or maybe they miss one of the sessions. And when they get back, they're so excited to see everybody.
Oh, you should see them when, if it's a week that we don't have the Beacon program, they don't know what to do.
So you can help out. And maybe you can't make it that day, but you'd like to make a donation, and maybe you can't afford, the big amount of money that you'd like to give, and maybe you can afford just a few dollars or whatever, and you can always mail it. I know not everybody has access to, is really savvy with registering online and all that, but is there a phone number people can call if they have to?
Yep. 978-840-2727.
And that gets you in touch with somebody that. What if somebody wants to mail something to you? The old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned Pony
See, I like
Express.
mailing things. You know why? Because I buy, I've got sheets of those First Lady Reagan, what's her name?
Nancy.
Nancy Reagan. I got sheets of the Nancy Reagan stamps right now.
Yeah.
And I like sending things because people get them and they're like, wow, nobody mails things anymore.
I know.
And when they get things, they're like, hey, that's really cool. So I have a ton. I bet you I buy $200 and $300 worth of stamps at a time. So when I mail things out, people, they love it because they're so used to just getting things electronically, and nobody sends letters anymore or cards. And so I send things out.
The personal touch getting mailed.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. And they seem to like it, so I just keep buying those stamps and I keep sending things out.
So if people want to send in a donation, it's P.O. Box 426, Leominster.
426, that's
426,
easy. Yeah. Well, Vikki, thank you. You are the right fit. Huh? You thought you were going to come here for a little while and move on to other things.
16 years.
16 years later, and here you are.
Yeah.
It's an amazing journey.
It has been, but it's been a wonderful one.
Yeah, with challenges sometimes, like COVID, not one that you anticipated, right?
No.
And Tara and I want to come back and do another ice cream night.
Yes.
We just kept saying it, then COVID came. So find the date for us to come in. We had so much fun.
I'll give, yeah.
And just make sure Kathy DeRusso's there too that night.
Oh, geez, yes.
Because she's my entertainment.
She's all of ours.
She's all of your entertainment. Well, thank you very much, Vikki, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you to all of you that have supported the Beat of Hope for all of these years. And no matter what your contribution is, and no matter, and again, the small businesses that are able to help out, you'd be surprised. And Vikki always has a list available if there's some way that you or your business would like to help out. Vikki always has a fresh list of things that you can donate. Is there anything right now you need for your Wednesday and Friday nights?
Volunteers.
Volunteers.
Yes, we are growing. We we have some new participants, and we could use people to serve food or make a meal.
Okay.
Plan an activity.
All right. So we've got to get people involved. So maybe you could get maybe a business wants to sponsor an activity. Maybe they can't make it there with themselves, but maybe they can sponsor a particular activity.
Wonderful.
It'd be great.
Yep, absolutely.
Good. Good to see you. It's good to see people again.
Yeah, right.
And we'll see you. I'll have my dancing shoes on for the April 30th. And this is rain or shine. And it's up at Barrett Park. And you don't want to miss it. So you get your walk and your steps in the morning. You go home and shower up. Get to church in the morning if you'd like. And then the Montezuma Corral at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Spring has sprung. We're taking a short break here at Inside Leominster. And again, if you have a question, and there should be 1 million. You know why there should be 1 million questions?
Why?
Because I'll go on Leominster Unites, and there's 1 million questions. All you got to do is call here and ask the question, and that's the end of that.
Right.
But sometimes I don't think people really want the answer. I think they want to make a statement and then allow this just madness to manifest and to kind of feed off of it, and it just keeps going. And 3 days later, you look, and they're still talking about it. The complete conversation's completely gone the other way. Yikes. Anyway, the good parts about social media is there are many good parts of it. Okay, taking a break. We'll be right back. And we congratulate you on your expansion here. You all did a beautiful job. We're happy you're here. New energy in the building and good vibe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we'll give a little, now's a chance for cable TV to give a little kind of infomercial about who you are and what you do here, the address, Instagram, all that. So
you want me to say it?
They got plenty of
of
tape.
Our Instagram is The Vault Beauty Studio. We also have a website, thevaultbeautystudio.com. We do lashes,
You
hair,
talk as fast as me, so slow down.
facials.
That's how
What
I
else
talk.
did I say? Lashes, hair, facials, nails, acrylic, petties. We do it all. So come and see us.
Right downtown, give you an address,
Right
across
downtown,
from Bank
12
of
Main
America.
Street. Can't miss us.
Big window in the front. Real vaults, real bank vaults.
Real vaults.
That's worth the price of admission, just coming in for a tour of the vaults.
Come and see the vaults. Yeah.
And your hours, any special hours?
We're
people can
open
book
Tuesday through
online.
Saturday, booking online. Yep, right through the website.
Now, you were already in the building before, right?
Yes. Yep. So we were in the back of the building before. We're in the front of the building now.
Well, you did a fine job. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
We're happy. So let's fill this place up.
Yes. Yes. Our grand opening is tomorrow.
Is it?
Yep, the grand opening tomorrow.
12 o'clock.
Saturday is a good time to
Yeah.
do grand openings.
12
Have a
to
lot of
3,
people.
come on down.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Great job by LTV, the traveling cast crew here at LTV doing a wonderful job. And you know what's exciting is most of these businesses are woman-owned. And what excitement, what excitement to bring to the community when you have all these young people starting new businesses, and you can feel the excitement and the energy, because when you're first starting a business, there's not a lot of profit right away. There's a lot of investment and a lot of long hours. And I guess that's the time to do it, right, Scott? That's the time to do it. But thank you to the crew here at LTV. They've been getting out more often, and that's a good thing. All right, I got to catch everybody up. We got so much to talk about. There's a fundraiser coming up, and I'll tell you more about it, but it's coming up April 21st, and starting at 5 p.m. It's over at the Leominster Eagles, and it's for the North Star Family Shelter. It's the only family shelter, the only shelter that takes families. So they're doing a benefit over at Leominster Eagles, and you know them, everyone at Leominster Eagles, when they do things right. Listen to this. Choice of chicken, parmesan, chicken piccata, or spaghetti and meatballs. Served with garden salad and garlic bread, $20. And then there's entertainment later by Full Monty. If for some reason you get to town late, you can't, you missed the dinner, or you have to have dinner somewhere else, you made plans, Full Monty after 7 o'clock, $10. So we'll remind you more about that. Listen to this. Talk about library staff. They are a month ahead. Here we are in April. They already have the May calendar out. You can catch it you can see it by going to leominsterlibrary.org. All right, we've got some work to do here, and so much going on. So Viscoid Ave under full construction right now. So between 117 Lancaster Street and Mechanic Street, all of Viscoid Ave is going to have a complete road reconstruction. So that means they're going to pulverize the road, take all the old blacktop out of there, repave it. Means new sidewalks, granite curb, concrete sidewalks, new lights, better signage. And that's a $3 million project, and very exciting, extremely exciting. And so that's underway. Route 13, heading north. We went from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. They marked it wrong. They came back, put the arrows in, marked it wrong, put 2 lanes in, or back to 3. That's the way it's supposed to be. And put some arrows in there. They're going to be doing some other stripings and other things temporarily. The final pavement should happen around June, but they've got to come back, and they've already started working on the timing of the lights, so that'll help. So this project will be done by summer. Well, deep summer. They'll be up. They'll be have all the any of the plantings that need to be done. They'll have the loam and seeded areas. The lights will be timed, and then it's just tweaking them after that. So then we wrap it up. On Route 12, in front of Water Tower Plaza, CVS, the hospital, Longhorn, Applebee's, all that area, in full construction mode now. So when you go through there, plenty of police officers and traffic folks out there. Keep traffic moving. Just plan on moving slowly. They have a huge drain line that they need to replace on Washington Street, coming all the way down in front of the hospital and into the brook near the Longhorn. So lots of work, lots of patience needed. And we started our carryover from last year for paving. We're going to be doing over $3 million worth of paving. A city our size does about 1.2 to 1.5 every year. We do double that. We do about $3 million. We'll do about $250,000 to $350,000 worth of sidewalks this year. Maybe you're asking, well, where is my street? Well, maybe it needs water upgrades, sewer. It could be the gas company that needs to get in there. We do notify the gas company ahead of time, so hopefully they get in there, replace the gas lines. Sometimes there is no gas in the streets, and they want to put it. Then we let it settle, we come back, and we pave it. So tomorrow they'll be working on Pleasant Street, in Colburn Street, some of those little side streets there, and Laurel Street. And so plenty going on. Hey, just to let you know, in the last 7 days, 53,184 people were tested for COVID. Isn't it kind of weird that we're still talking about this? We are. Oh, these guys are all ahead of me here. Let's do the slides. So there you are, 1,845 tested positive, 34 deaths, 1 is too many, 399 cases in all of Worcester County. If you look at the bottom line there, we're at 19 for 2 weeks. So let's just call it 9.5. How's that? 9.5, we're down 3, and hospitalization, intensive care, and intubated. Intubated is up a little bit, but for the most part, those numbers are going down as we predicted. Here's some projects that we're working on. As I said, so let me just jump in here with just about 9 minutes left here at our show. Allen's, we have a program for the downtown area. It's a facade improvement plan project. So it helps the owners of the property to redo their facade. So we did, let's see, C&M Pizza. I love the color of it now. Before, some people liked it. Nothing against anybody that liked it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, as they say. It kind of looked like mustard before. Well, now it's got this awesome colors in the building. Looks great. That's an example of the facade improvement. We did some signage. We've done some things over at TC Lando's, replaced the windows and everything. Over at Logan's, that side area that's now covered. So tonight, perfect night. They're open there. They've got that side area there. And also for Columbia Tavern. So you'll be able to do outdoor seating a little more permanent than it was last time. They'll have some heat inside, et cetera. Anyway, those are some of the things. Now, the next big project is Allen's department store. First, we are so lucky to have Allen's. They are, you know, if you haven't been in there, talk about shopping local, take a walk through there. It is so fun. Where do you get a department store downtown? And I was saying this morning on a morning briefing, we still have a downtown, and I'll start from the most southern end. We'll have a police station, brand new. We still have a department store, a furniture store. We have a department store. We have many restaurants. We have a cheese shop. We have a cafe. We have coffee places. We have a gift store. We have a really nice art gallery now. And so that's just some of it. We have one of the few scuba diving shops left in the entire state where you can fill your tanks and everything. Travel agencies. When's the last time you saw an actual, you can walk in and talk to a real person that's going to help you through and make sure that your trip goes well? Nowhere. I mean, this just doesn't happen. And plenty of other stores and retailers in the downtown area. We just did the ribbon cutting for the new Rollstone Bank loan building, and that's been underway for a while. They spent a significant amount of money. Now, when anything finance opens, a new bank, credit union, whatever, people get really upset, and they'll get on, they'll post, oh, another bank. Well, banks mean money. It means a good economy. It means growth. And when you see in a community where you see lots of banks and credit unions and financial institutions, financial plannings, people like Edward Jones, the secret, right, tip of the hat here to let you know, spoiler alert, it's because there is small business, thriving small business in the area. That's what that means. And people get really upset. They're like, oh, another bank in town? Well, this is a loan center. They've spent a significant amount of money. Interest rates are a little high right now. Don't worry. There'll be more activity in the real estate market. There always is. Anyway, getting back to Allen. So they're doing a facade improvement. So if you hear rumors they're closing, wrong. Spread the word. They're doing a facade improvement, so they're going to be taking off that little shelf, the canopy. And the building will look, when they're through, a lot like it did when they first built the building. Very historic. And keeping the character of the building. They're going to be replacing the front windows. They're going to be replacing, let's see, well, there'll be a dumpster out front. So that's going to affect, that'll affect, you know, traffic for a little bit and parking, but we'll get through it. So anyway, that's just some of the things we're working on. It's Hamster Day. It's International Day for Street Children. It's International Day of Pink, National One Child Day, Walk on Your Wild Side Day, and Wear a Straw Hat. FDR, 1943, dedicates the Jefferson Memorial. 1954, the Milwaukee Braves, Hank Aaron's first game. 1965, Help by the Beatles. 1979, the longest doubles ping pong match. Ends after 101 hours. Keith, I expect you to be out there after to burn all that pizza off that you ate. 1992, the Great Chicago Flood. And 2020, Bernie Sanders says, I'm formally endorsing my rival for President of the United States, Joe Biden. Police station's going really well. Wrapping it up. We should be in there by June, middle of June, towards the end. Looking great inside. Took a tour last week. looking good. Here's some of the projects we're going to have, programs we'll have, and activities. Earthfest next week on Tuesday the 18th at City Hall. Indoors Farmers Market on the 20th, Taste of Leominster. We're not going to do this year. We decided, the restaurants, we decided to kind of shift gears. We've been doing a big beer fest. And what are you guys doing back there? You're rushing me. You're ruining my exit. No, kidding. So what we're going to be doing is a little bit different this year. It's going to be a giant beer garden by all local beer vendors. Yard waste, keep it up. We're in week 2. So we've got, let's see, 6 weeks left. So get your yard waste out there. Fallen Heroes coming up to 28th, 29th, and 30th. We'll give you more information about that. The Apple Blossom Festival is the 20th. Pictures of the week. Here we go. Easter Fun Day. We had so much fun. Indoors, goats. They brought goats into the mayor's office. Can you believe that? When bunnies, so many people. Started at 10 in the morning. It was full. It ended at 2, and it was full. There's welcome to the new Rollstone Mortgage Center. Thank you for them for believing in us and making such a wonderful investment. New renovations, new owner to Love and Donuts. Stop down and see them. And boy, the food they had out there, huh, yesterday? Boy, the food. And also, great job by Piper Electric. Right where, if you're going down Main Street near the rail trail, they just put up a brand new building. They did an awesome job down there. So impressive. And thank you to them again. And paving continues on Colburn Street, on Pleasant Street, etc. National Grid solar meeting, and there's all our brain trust and our department heads working together with National Grid to create some incentives for the city and its people. Legendary Leominster continues, and there's Noah Gray coming out in July to run a camp for the kids. See, the guy gets the trophy, did not forget. Thank you, Noah. And there's the Steve Ciccolini Music Award. They did a number of fundraisers, gave $10,000 to St. Anna's for their music program, and Steve Ciccolini would have been absolutely thrilled. Tonight, we'll be at Samoset for their concert. Going to be making another donation there tonight as well. Great flower sale by the Scouts. They did very well. Thank you to everybody that came by and supported it. And then on the other side of town, they did a bake sale for the Cub Scouts. And again, all accolades. They thank Walmart and everybody else for being involved. And there it is. There's Crystal, Employee of the Month. And there's Mark on the left down at Hannaford on Lancaster Street. Hey, kids, we're out of time. Thanks for watching. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. Thanks for showing up. Good night.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank creates success. EnterpriseBanking.com.
This is LTV.